What's going on, people? Welcome to United View. Sancho, here we go. It's done. It is a done deal. Loan to Dortmund. £3 million fee paid by Dortmund, but it could rise if they get to the Champions League. Listen, we knew it was going to happen. It's best for both parties. I saw somebody sort of reply to me on Twitter or X and sort of say, well, how is it best for both parties? Our best winger is our most intuitive winger, etc., etc. It's best for both parties because it's all gone to shit. That's the only way to describe it, really. It's all gone to shit. That is the truth. That is the truth of the matter. Sancho didn't want to apologise after what Erik ten Hag, sort of said about him in the media with regards to his training and not getting into the Arsenal squad. Sancho took exception to that. Massive post. I don't need to go through it all again. It's just the beginning. I just believe it's the beginning of the end. Some people sort of umming and ahhing, will you see Sancho in the Man United shirt again? I just think it's highly unlikely. Of course, it depends what happens with Erik ten Hag in the summer, what happens between now and the rest of the season. So many unanswered questions. But I do think it's probably going to be the last time we see him in a Man United shirt. And I know that I'm on my way to 5 right now, actually. And I know we've had a lot, haven't we? Me and Anton going back and forth. Loads of people, siding with the manager. Some people siding with the player. Some people saying it's typical Man United, another graveyard. Another player's come here, killed his career, hasn't worked. But a lot of other people are like, listen, this was in Sancho's hands. The mentality side of things, the effort levels, was it there? The reconciliation, last year, obviously, he went through a difficult time. Erik ten Hag put an arm around him. There's so many, multifacets to this. It's multifaceted, is what I'm saying, to this story. And it has been. And we've needed an answer to this for a while now because he hasn't played any football. So when was that? When was the Arsenal game? Was that our second away game of the season? So that must have been, August? Yeah, August, early September. I think it was September. So to not play in that long, it's about him getting out on loan, refinding some form. And there's performance-related add-ons. Well, in terms of for Dortmund, I mean, if they do reach the Champions League, then obviously we'll get more money. We might not even reach the Champions League ourselves, to be honest with you, which would be embarrassing. And but do you know what? I actually think Jadon Sancho is going to be fine there. I think he's going to go there. I mean, he's going to be comfortable. I think he's going to start, getting the ball back at his feet again, playing consistently. He knows Dortmund inside out. He's going to have loads of friends there. He knows the area. He knows the place. And the fans are going to love him. I mean, what an interesting thing is what would happen if Jadon Sancho didn't play very well? What would happen if, he still couldn't find any form? What would happen if he still, couldn't show anything? That would be a problem for him and for Man United, who probably want a resolution. So I think the best thing for both is that Jadon can reignite his career, get confident, get playing games, get playing to a high level. If Man United want to sell him, which I think will probably happen, then there's a little bit of value there because he's played well for a few months or 4 or 5 months out there in Germany. And then you can demand a semi-decent fee because, let's be honest, it's another situation where Ineos are going to have to sort out in the summer. That upon, the Mason Greenwood situation as well. These are two massive decisions that they have to make. For different reasons, but albeit big decisions. And I think if Jadon Sancho comes back and his stock is still low, that gives Man United a bigger problem than they have now, because that would also mean that maybe Dortmund might say, oh, you know what, this wasn't really what we thought it was. The homecoming didn't really turn out to be that. It doesn't really fit with what we're doing. And we don't want to pay a big outlay for you, which I doubt will happen, but it's a possibility. And then Man United will be left with a player who, if Erik ten Hag's still there, which I'm just going to go with caution. I'm going to say he probably will be. I think Ineos would try and work with him, but it's still 4 or 5 months left of the season, so that could easily change. But my gut feeling now, at the time of recording this, is that he'll still be there. So if he is still there and Jadon Sancho comes back not in good nick and Man United don't have a whole list of suitors, then what happens? Because Erik ten Hag's made his feelings clear. Sancho would have to move position and then say, sorry, I've been away for a while, didn't work out, I just want to move forward. Again, football's a funny old game. That could possibly happen. You can't rule that out. But also the positive side out of this negativity is potentially Jadon Sancho does go there, does do well, and it isn't even just Dortmund who want to buy him. Do you know what I mean? Maybe he puts himself in a shop window for other clubs around Europe as well. I mean, look, for Jadon Sancho, who knows what he's going to decide to do should he play well. But at the end of the day, he has to understand that, the pressure's on. The pressure's on, because if you don't play well there and he comes back and no one wants him, then what? Because it's not worked at Man United. And if he does play well, then, you know, other options might open up for him, and give him more choices that are at his disposal. So it's not the perfect situation, but I think with given everything that's gone on, I'm just glad to see that it's done. He can just move on for now, until the summer, and see what's going on. The other thing I wanted to touch on really quickly is the Martial thing. Obviously, we spoke about it earlier on. There was reports from Turkey saying he wants to get in the French squad. We thought that was wide of the mark. It was TalkSport and others sort of saying that, you know, the wages are a sticking block and Martial might not go anywhere. And we've seen sort of in the last few hours, I don't know, we're just like proper twisted up here. It's not looking good at all. There you go. Just fix it, Flex, fix it. Yeah, you're seeing that Anthony Martial wants to stay, and you know what, it's of no surprise. 250 grand a week. You know, he knows he's going in the summer because Man United are not going to give him a new deal. If you're Anthony Martial, peas, innit? Peas. You know, I saw a report saying he wants to stay and fight for his place, but let's be honest, there's not going to be much fight for Anthony Martial to keep his place. He'll just sit comfy for 6 months. You're on 250 bag a week. This is from a player's perspective, by the way. You're on 250 bags a week. Sit comfy, get that money for another 6 months, because you're never going to get that money again in your career, unless he goes to Saudi at the end of the season. To be fair, but apparently he's rejected Saudi now, and Fenerbahce and some other interest in him, because again, he's not going to get anywhere near that type of money. Should he try to leave Man United now? So why would you? From a player's perspective, from a financial perspective, if you know you're on 250 grand a week for the next 6 months, no matter if you play a minute more or you don't play a minute more, he's going to secure the bag, isn't he? I know that, like, you know, people say money isn't an issue for footballers and this, that and the other and rare. But at the end of the day, money talks, innit? And Martial's getting an awful lot of money to basically, you know, play second fiddle to Rasmus Højlund. Should he be fit or should he be ill or whatever it is? That's the facts. So yeah, let's wait and see on that one. Well, actually, no, there's nothing to wait and see. I believe that. I think that's what we're going to see. I think he's going to stay. How much he plays in that time, God knows. You know, like I said about this extended illness, I mean, I hope he's all right, because you know, you don't want someone being ill for that long, but, you know, sort of 4 or 5 week illness is significant. So there's no sounds of him coming back. Be interesting to see in the press conference. When would that be? Today's Wednesday, Friday, to see what Erik ten Hag does. Well, the game's Sunday, so maybe it might be Saturday, but I think it'll still be Friday. Whenever the press conference is, it'll be good to see now what he says on top of that. But Erik ten Hag, let's be honest, is going to say, he's our player. I'm happy with Anthony here to the end of the season. We have a good squad. He's not going to say anything, to be fair. So we'll wait and see. But that's your Manchester United update. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. I'm going to 5 to grill Anton. He's going to be up Sancho's arse. Take care.